Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we got to talk SHAMEA. She is not having a good day. She's not having a good season as far as her debut as a peach holder in Real Housewives of Atlanta. She is not having a good reunion. She is getting ate up, chewed up, and spit out and everything else. And she needs to stay off the internet. Somebody needs to take her phone. Somebody needs to remove her phone. She needs to just enjoy her alleged anniversary trip that she's supposedly on, but is chronically online, worried about what Portia is going to say next and everything else. And she needs to just drop it. She needs to just drop it and just stop it and stop the madness. So what has happened? What are we talking about? What is the tea with this SIDORA stuff and everything else, right? So as y'all know, there was a segment in the reunion episode last night where SHAMEA is going on and on about SIDORA being a lie, and that SIDORA lies. Now, has SIDORA lied? Yes. However, what SHAMEA's issue with SIDORA makes zero sense to me because it's a non-issue, right? And so she is like, well, tell me one lie that I've told, SHAMEA. Tell me one lie I've told. So SHAMEA's big one was allegedly that SIDORA couldn't afford this JUDITH LEIBER purse, right? And there was a scene where SIDORA was walking in to talk to Angela Oakley or whatever else, and it is this martini blinged out purse. And the retail price is around $6,000-$7,000, right? So SHAMEA pulls out of her little pouch a quote-unquote knockoff version that you can get for I think close to a couple $100 from Akira. Now here's the thing. Let me give a PSA right here, right? We're going to stop right here because as somebody who has shopped at Akira, as somebody who has shopped at Azalea Wang, they are on the no slander list for Anonymous Tea. Akira and Azalea Wang is on the no slander list for Anonymous Tea. I just want to make that clear. Longtime shopper of both places. I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no issues because if y'all have ever, I'm just going to put y'all in game a little bit. For the fashionistas out there, for those of y'all that are into some fashion, into some different things, I'm going to put y'all a little bit on game, right? So Azalea Wang has very cute stuff, very cute boots, sandals, this and that. Sometimes it's a little bit out of the dimension. Your girl's into a little bit of some blingy stuff. I don't do heels or anything like that, but I like the bling, right? I like the bling, and I like things that you can't really see most places that you shop at, right? So I might go to Akira, right? Because Akira has some stuff that's a little out of this world, right? Azalea Wang has some of their products on Akira, and what happens is on Akira, sometimes you can get more of a discount. You can get things more of a clearance compared to some of the other brands' main websites, y'all. So SHAMEA thought she was doing her big one, bringing out this knockoff, but the knockoff to me didn't look that bad. There are high-end designers all the time that are costing $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for a bag, and you can get that same bag just with a different brand for a couple $100, right? Or less, right? Or other, companies will do the same thing, like how everybody now, they'll do quilted purses, or everybody now will have some type of monogram on their handbags or things like that. So everybody takes inspiration from each other and makes it their own for these different brands and these different designers. SHAMEA thought she was throwing shade by pulling out this knockoff, but as your girl loves a bling bling. Now, I personally wouldn't have a martini purse. That's not my type of style, but I do like the bling. maybe that could be like a centerpiece in the closet or something. But nonetheless, it's not something that I would wear out. However, all this escalated because I didn't understand SHAMEA, who made it a point to say in interviews that she comes from humble beginnings, that it's not about the money, it's not about bragging how much money you have, it's not about showing a lavish lifestyle while saying this dripped and thousands of dollars of clothing from head to toe, but says that that's not who she is. But I think deep down, this is who she is, and especially now, her being friends with Kelly is a recipe for disaster, because I think they bring out the worst in each other. To be completely honest with you, I would argue that Kelly and Britt had a much better and much fresher, genuine friendship than the foolishness that Kelly and SHAMEA are trying to do, which is a low budget version of Frick and Frack, which is not going to cut it. But nonetheless, this is the same play that Kelly did on the show, which was when Kelly had her Balmain event, she tried to air out Drew Sidora and try to make it seem like Drew Sidora was poor and that her money was funny, because I guess she was demanding a certain amount. I thought, was it $3,000? There was a mandatory donation that Kelly was expecting from each of the housewives at her Balmain event, and something happened with Drew Sidora to where she was trying to order something custom and was texting back and forth with the designer or something of that nature, and she didn't, I guess at the time, either she didn't pay the full amount or there was some issue or whatever else. But basically, they tried to make it seem like Drew Sidora was poor. She ain't got it like that. And this is the same rhetoric that SHAMEA is going with. And I don't understand. I don't know how old some people are, but Drew Sidora has been in this entertainment business long before Real Housewives of Atlanta was a thought and a prayer. Like, listen, you can have your feelings on how you feel about Drew Sidora on the show, if you feel like she's boring at times or she's not as forthcoming with her personal life or her storyline, or there's pieces that are missing or whatever else. But what you can't say is that she hasn't made a mark in Hollywood. What you can't say is that she's not a good singer. What you can't say is that she has not been in this business and has had opportunities well before the existence of the show. Like what we're not going to do is act like Drew Sidora is some scrub out here, is some nobody out here. We're not going to do that, right? And so it's weird how much, SHAMEA and Kelly are surprised that, Drew Sidora would be able to afford anything designer. Like this is the hill that you want to stand on. This is the sword that you want to fall on. No. So what has happened on social media is Drew Sidora has since posted receipts that she has in fact paid for this handbag. Now, it also included in the receipt, in the screenshot, a return instruction. So I don't know if she ended up taking it back and getting the knockoff, or if till this day she owns both purses. But nonetheless, SHAMEA did not like that. She did not, she felt basically that what, Drew Sidora had to say, she posted on social media in her stories that this is Drew's Akira bag and the real JL bag and everything else. It's still trying to, throw some shade and throw some shots and everything else. Well, why is it, y'all? Ever since then, why did a fan, you guys, they posted the following. They decided to chat. They decided to, tag, the label. And say, is this really a Judith Leiber handbag? And so they said, does this bag belong to you or Shop Akira? I bet these pics be gone before the sun comes up or whatever else. So Judith Leiber responds. The official verified account of Judith Leiber responds. And they say, this is the Judith Leiber Couture Martini Cosmopolitan bag. So, nonetheless, it's just so weird to me how SHAMEA wanted to fall on this sword and really thought that she was doing some big one of trying to shame Drew Sidora and try to make it seem as though Drew Sidora don't got it like that. Drew Sidora's money's funny and all of this and all of that, only for the designer themselves to come forward and say, no, listen, looky here. this is us. This is our brand. This is our product, right? Now, what happens too is sometimes these designer labels, and I don't know if y'all see this, is they will subcontract some of their products, their handbags, their clothing lines and everything else to these other department stores, to these other stores, and you can get it at a cheaper rate. You don't have to pay the thousands of dollars that it's going to be at their main store, which is why I gave the comparison of Akira and Azealia Wang, is because there are some stuff on Akira that you can get at a cheaper price compared to Azealia Wang and vice versa. So nonetheless, but I just don't understand it. Because the fans, once that trailer had dropped and we got that introduction to SHAMEA, and she's in this big house with millions of dollars, she's married to a rich man, and all this and that, y'all whole argument this whole time, people are jealous. Portia's jealous of SHAMEA. She has the lifestyle. She has the man. No. You guys, I'm not gonna let y'all do that anymore. Because here's an example to your same argument. SHAMEA's got the man, she's got the lifestyle, she's got the mansion, and she's supposedly, allegedly, on her anniversary it needs to be an anniversary vacation. But instead of enjoying the vacation, instead of enjoying her man, she is chronically online. She is going back and forth at the crack of dawn on social media with Portia. She is going back and forth with Drew SIDORA. So after Drew SIDORA gets this confirmation that it was real, and this happens too, you can make variations of the same handbag. Just like a t-shirt or a hoodie, you can make it in different colors or different variations, right? Or sell a cheaper version of it or a different child. So Drew says the following, and she posted the screenshot of the official Judith Leiber confirming that was their handbag. She said, "SHAMEA, take this L, and can we move forward, please?" And this is the problem too. You're dealing with somebody who does not want to let things go and wants to stand in their lie and stand in their foolishness and stand in their delulu, even if they're wrong. As of now, SHAMEA refuses to take down her story. So that tells me right then and there, SHAMEA still wants to feel right about something, and she's flat out wrong. She wants to hold on to anything for a storyline, and it's not okay. I'm going to need, if you're going to come back next season, Gerald needs to be in every episode. Your husband needs to be in every episode, and by every episode, I mean he needs to be on FaceTime. He needs to be off of the FaceTime, and we need to physically see him in person. We need to see him interact with Angela Oakley's husband, Charles, and the other husbands like he did not do for your birthday party on episode 1. Because this is not going to cut it, SHAMEA. If you think your sole purpose of finally getting a peach is to try to just tear down and destroy Portia Williams, that's not going to cut it. Or just try to see who in the cast is broke and make arguments about whether or not their handbag is real or fake, and then get embarrassed when the designer comes out themselves and says it is really their handbag. Make it make sense? Have you not seen variations of the same handbag and other verified, reputable stores sell a cheaper version of it? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, you guys? But nonetheless, Drew showed the receipt that she has paid for it before, and Judith Leiber confirmed. So to me, this is a non-story, just like Portia had to post her receipts earlier to show SHAMEA that her foolishness is a non-story. You're creating fake beef, and then SHAMEA, you holding on to 8 to 10 years of drama and unresolved issues with your supposed childhood best friend is not your best friend. It's not your best friend, because basically you were faking the funk, you were being fugazi, pretending that y'all moved on, pretending that everything was fine when it was not. And now everything has blown up in smoke. Now everything is about to get burnt down. And now we're about to get the real tea as far as what is the real issue between y'all friendship. And oh, by the way, Mama Diane was right. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.